Started. Again, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Chair Yoga. Glad you're here. And we're going to get started by getting centered. So go ahead and slide to the back of your chair if you're not there already. And let's just go inward for a moment, turning off the outside world, tuning into what's going on in here. So letting the eyes close. And as you do so, just tune into your breath, aware of the inhale, aware of the exhale, the sensation in the nostrils and at your throat, the feeling of the lungs filling and emptying, and of course, the expansion and contraction of your body. And just notice the breath. Is it a deep breath? Is it a more shallow breath? Not needing to change it or judge it. Does it feel smooth and continuous? Does it stop at certain points? Does it feel like the state of the breath is reflecting something emotional or psychological? Sometimes when we're anxious, the breath becomes shallow. And then from that awareness, just start to bring some structure to the breath. So intentionally drawing in the breath, intentionally letting go of the breath, and not with any rigidity or even too much effort, but it's almost like the breath is a little erratic and you're just kind of soothing it or gaining some control over it. So the breath feels really shallow, just deepening it a bit. If it feels quick, slowing it down. And even just after a few of these more controlled breaths, you might start to feel your energetic and mental states start to shift. It's the power of the breath here. And hopefully with the rest of our practice, we can continue to help regulate and tone your nervous system. So from here, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And allow the eyes to open, bringing yourself back to the space around you. Good. All right, so go ahead and slide to the edge of your chair. Knees are hip width apart, heels stacking underneath. Nice, stable stance here. And we're going to start today with spinal flexes. So with your inhale, roll the shoulders down the back, turn the chest to look up, and then exhale around the back, looking down at your lap. And just do this slowly. Inhale, opening up, and exhale, rounding the back. Keep going. Beginning to bring some mobility to this region of the spine, this upper region of the spine. So from the mid back down, stays pretty still. It's not moving around a bunch. Everything's happening in the upper spine. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, rounding. Continuing for just a little bit longer here, these spinal flexes. Three, two, and one. Come to a neutral spine, release the shoulders down, and feel sensation for a moment, noticing what felt tight, what felt open. Maybe you feel even just from that little bit of movement, a bit more energetic or awake. Good. And then drop your arms down by your sides. We'll do some neck rolls. So dropping your left ear to your left shoulder, Then bring the head back up to center and drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And just starting off with this movement from side to side, pivoting on the neck, feeling the stretch along the sides of the neck here. And just breathing into any discomfort that you sense. Maybe noticing, again, if one side feels more tight than the other. Today it's my left side. My left side feels a lot more tense than my right. Granted, there's tension on both sides, so this is good for both sides. Good. Then we'll add our second part to this practice. So drop an ear to a shoulder, and then roll forward, chin down to your chest, and then roll to the opposite side, ear to shoulder. And then roll forward again, chin to chest, coming back to the first side, ear to shoulder. Just doing these half circles, rolling down and side, and rolling down and side. And just keep going from side to side here, stretching the sides and back of the neck. Bring your breath back in, especially if you're noticing discomfort. One thing you may notice if when you start to feel discomfort, the breath starts to become more irregular. It might even stop altogether. And so you have to bring in this intentional practice of regulating the breath to regulate your mind and your nervous system. Every time we do this, I'm like, I could just do this for the next 20 minutes, but we'll only do it for a few more rounds. And if you want to come back to it later, it's here for you. A couple more breaths. Good, and then roll your chin down to your chest and lift the head up to center. Good, feeling sensation. And so for our next exercise, it's going to start off a bit slower, and then you get to decide how quickly you pick up the pace if you do at all. So it's kind of a choose your own adventure sort of situation. What we'll be doing is a quick twist. And so you'll take your arms out to the sides and then bend the elbows, bring your hands on top of your shoulders, four fingers in front, thumbs behind you. And we'll inhale to the right, twisting, and then exhale, swing across and twist to the left. And then we'll inhale right and exhale left. So if you haven't already gotten to that position, bend the elbows, hands on the shoulders. Keep the upper arm parallel to the floor the entire time. Don't let the elbows drop down. And again, inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. In right, out left. And just keep going, turning the head with you. Now, if that just makes you feel dizzy, it's okay to keep the eyes facing forward. In right, out left. In right, out left. Again, try to keep the upper arms parallel to the floor here. And I'm going to give you the option now. You can keep going at this pace, or you can try to go twice as fast. So it'll be inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Going as quickly as you feel like you want to today. We're going to go for about 30 more seconds, creating this rotation or movement in the spine. Now, if you are going quickly, slow it down. In right, out left. In right, out left. And then with an inhale, unwind to center, drop the arms down. Good, feel sensation. Close the eyes if you can. And something that you might notice is that your mind feels quieter, among many other things you might notice. Good. And then letting your awareness come on back. All right. More work for the spine here. I'll have you interlace your fingers in front of you and then turn your palms away from you and straighten the arms. And then lift the arms straight up and overhead and then press up through the heel of the palms. So around the wrist. So extending upward, reach, reach, reach. Reach, reach, reach. Keep breathing. Big inhale, reach up one last time. And then exhale, release the arms and fold forward over the thighs. Feel your chin drop in towards your throat, the head hanging heavy for a moment. Good, and then feel yourself roll up to a seat. All right, good job with that one. So for our next trick, we'll have the arms down again, still on the edge of the seat. And some of you have done this with one with me before. Just you might know what's going to happen, so just know that right off the bat. So you're going to hang the arms down and start to wiggle your fingers around. So it's kind of like a flicking motion with the wrists, like there's something on the tips of your fingers and you're just trying to shake it off. Now, just from that alone, you might start to notice your breath becoming irregular. Maybe it starts to stop. Maybe it just starts to quicken a little bit. And then you regulate the breath. And then get more of the arms involved, shaking more from the elbows. Breathe. And then start to let the arms lift out to the sides. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Lift the arms a little bit more. Shake it off. Overhead, if you can. Shake, shake, shake. No matter what your mind tells you in the next 30 seconds, keep shaking. Keep breathing, regulate it. Do whatever you need to do to keep shaking. 15 more seconds. Shake, shake, shake. Even if it burns a little bit, shake, 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the arms down. Whew. And feel sensation. Tingling in the hands and fingers. The arms might feel really heavy now, especially as that circulation kind of shoots back to the extremities. And that exercise is good for kind of lightening your mood. If you feel kind of stuck in a funk or something, this one kind of helps to break you out a little bit. So hopefully you're sensing that. So the next exercise we're going to do is going to be with our feet just a little bit wider apart. So knees just a bit wider than the shoulders, heels stacking underneath the knees, toes pointing outward about 45 degrees. Nice stance, good stance. If you like lean from side to side, you won't fall over, okay? Watch me do this next one. I've only taught it maybe a couple of times, so it's good to see it. I'm gonna bring my hands on top of my thighs or knees. And I call these body rotations. Sometimes I just make up these things and I have to give them the name I can think of. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna drop an elbow or a shoulder downward and roll the opposite shoulder back and look up. So you're leaning forward a bit here. And then you're gonna switch to the other side. And then switch to the other side. And we're just gonna keep going slowly from side to side, kind of it's almost like a churning motion as we move from side to side, just creating some rotation in the spine and maybe releasing some tension in your lower back. And I'll give you some more cues as we're there. So hands on the thighs or knees, fingertips pointing inward. This allows the elbows to bend. And then lean forward a little bit. And then drop an elbow down or a shoulder down, roll the top shoulder back. Inhale, unwind, exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, unwind, exhale, twist. And just keep going, looking behind you as you twist. And then try to keep the hips grounded onto the chair here. Side to side. Just a few more times, twisting with your exhale, unwinding with your inhale. And then stop on one side. It doesn't matter which side. Stop on one side and just stay here for about 3 breaths. And then unwind. Go to the other side. Staying again for about 3 breaths. Good. Then inhale, come back up to a tall seat and feel sensation once again. All right. So for the next exercise, you're going to sit up nice and tall. The knees and feet stay where they're at, the wider stance. And you're going to turn your navel and your chest to the right knee. So directly pointing that way. All right. And you're going to bring your hands down to either side of the thigh here. Now, what's going to be tempting in this exercise, because we're going to fold toward that knee, is your left hip is going to want to pop up off the chair. Try to keep that grounding. It's your anchor point to make sure that a stretch actually happens here. And that means that you might not be able to go as far as you want to in order to keep the hip down. All right. So hands on the thigh. Your arms are straight. Take a deep breath in. Keep the left hip grounded. Exhale, just bend your elbows and draw your left chest toward the right thigh. Good. Then inhale, straighten the arms. And we'll do this a few times. Exhale, folding toward the right thigh. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, folding toward the right thigh. Again, keep the left hip grounding. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale up. Exhale. One more time. Exhale to your furthest point, whatever that looks like for you, and stay. Again, think about grounding that left hip down. Good, then straighten the arms, coming back up and unwind. Good, notice the difference between the two sides. And then we'll do the other side. So turning the navel toward the left knee, chest toward the left knee as well. Bring your hands onto either side of the thigh. I also realized on the first side, you could also interlace your fingers and have them sitting on the thigh. The elbows can still move that way. So whichever works for you, all right? So take a deep breath in. Keep the right hip grounding. Exhale, bring your right chest closer to your left thigh. Inhale, straighten the arms coming up. Exhale, again, fold toward the left leg. Inhale, come back up. Keep the right hip grounding. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. And then exhale, go to your furthest point. Keep that right hip on the chair. The right chest is coming toward the left thigh directionally. Good. Then inhale, straighten the arms and unwind. Good. So what you should have felt, among other things, is a stretch in your lower back, but like on the sides of the body, like right above the hip bones. Relieving that tension. Good. So a little bit more work here with the legs wide. I'll have you take your left arm straight forward, thumb pointing upwards, then bring the hand down between your knees, and then press the back of the hand to the inside of the knee or thigh. Your right arm or hand is going to come down to meet that hand. Take a deep breath in here. And with your exhale, sweep the right arm up and back at a diagonal, coming into an open twist. And we're just going to stay here, all right? So roll the right shoulder back. Press the back of the left arm or hand into the inside of the left leg. And maybe looking up toward the right hand if that feels okay on your neck. If it doesn't, just look forward. Just make sure the head doesn't collapse here. Keep it in line with the spine. Good. Then inhale, unwind, bring the hand down, and then sit back up. Good. Doing the other side. So right hand comes forward this time, thumb pointing upward. Bring the hand down between the knees and press the back of the right hand to the inside of the right thigh or knee. Left hand comes down to meet it. Take a deep breath in here. And with your exhale, sweep the left arm up and back diagonal, rolling the left shoulder back powerfully, and pressing the right arm into the inside of the right leg. And looking at the hand in the air behind you if you can. Good. Inhale, unwind, and sit back up. Bringing your feet back to the narrow stance, about hip width apart. We'll return to the spinal flex exercise we did at the beginning, but we're going to hold it this time. So with your next inhale, roll the shoulders down the back, turn the chest toward the ceiling and look up and stay looking up. You can shrug your shoulders up towards your ears a bit to create a shelf for the neck if you'd like to. But keep the heart opening strong here. Good. Then come into the closed position. So look down. Feel the shoulder blades separate, the shoulders themselves coming toward one another in front of you. Looking down at your lap. Take a few deep breaths here, feeling that space between the shoulder blades. Good. Then sit back up, nice tall spine. Inhale. And with your exhale, fold over the thighs. Hands can stay on the legs or they can hang to the floor. And just feeling the front body compressing into the thighs. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and roll yourself back up. Great job. So we'll spend the next few minutes we have together in meditation. So go ahead and slide to the back of your chair and make yourself comfortable for this practice. Letting the eyes close. And just feeling sensation from this practice, how it's showing up in your body, your energy, and your mind right now. Allowing your breath to be calm here. just enough control to the breath to keep it regulated. And as you do so, I'd like you to let go of any held tension in your body. So allowing your shoulders to drop further away from your ears, your arms heavy by your sides, the hands ungrip, and your shoulder blades drop down the back, softening any tensing, gripping, or tightening of the abdomen. Relaxing any holding of the muscles around your pelvis. And feel your legs relax as well. Your feet soften. Bring your awareness to your throat and relax the throat. Relax your vocal cords and airway into a nice relaxed open position. Sometimes we keep the vocal cords tense just in case there's something to say. There's nothing to say right now. Relax the vocal cords. And feel some space between the rows of teeth as your jaw relaxes. Feeling your tongue release away from the roof of your mouth. Relax any flaring of your nostrils. And relax any squeezing of your eyes. The eyelids simply touching, not pressing. And soften your forehead as well as any other held tension in your body. Just let it go. And through that, feel yourself more at ease, calm, maybe even a bit peaceful. And when you go back out and you move through your day and you notice any of this held tension, you can just as easily as right now let it go. So, from this place of less effort, we'll begin to bring ourselves back, taking a deeper, fuller breath, bringing the palms together and rubbing them together, and taking the heated palms over your eyes and gently brushing over the top of your head and down your neck, bringing yourself back to our space.